Hello everyone. Red Shikshan Sanstha's online learning program welcomes you all. Today we are going to learn the important topic of writing skill, letter writing for 10th standard. This question is present in your question papers. So let us see what is the important format of letter writing. Letter writing is an important topic in the English writing skills sections for school students. Everyone must know how to write a letter. While writing a formal letter, one has to follow the format for letter writing. A formal letter can be written for various reasons. Here we have covered the format of a formal letter written for different purposes. On the other hand, an informal letter is written to one's friends, family or relatives. As an informal letter is not an official letter, one does not have to follow the format of an informal letter strictly. Here we will discuss samples of formal letter writing. A letter is one person's written message to another pertaining to some matter of common concern. Letters are of two types. First, formal letter. Second is informal letter. As we have seen that we will discuss about how to write formal letter and the tips for making your letter important. Formal letter. A letter written for a formal purpose is called a formal letter. It addresses a serious issue. Here, formal letter we are writing to an officials. There are some office documents which need to follow some formats. Informal letter you are writing to a relative. So there is no any format strictly to be followed for that. Now let us discuss the types of formal letters where we require to write the formal letter. Types of formal letter: letter to the editor, letter to the government, letter to the police, letter to the principal, order letter, complaint letter, inquiry letter, business letter, application letter for job, letter to the bank manager, invitation letter, resignation letter, leave application for marriage, leave application for maternity. So all these types of letters are known as a formal letters, as these are the official letters and these addresses a serious issues. Formal letter format. The format of formal letter includes these following points need to be taken into consideration while writing a formal letter. See the first point of that. Formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. Your letter should be simple and focused. Make the purpose of your letter clear. Left, justify your letter. That means you need to focus for what purpose you are writing a letter. There is no need of using lots of words, lots of matter in this letter. Use of colloquial words, abbreviations and slang language should be restricted while writing a formal letter. This is must that you have to use a official language while writing a formal letter. A formal letter must be precise and to the point. What are your points, your problems? That should be clear to the reader. The subject line is very important in a formal letter. This is the important difference between formal letter and informal letter. That in formal letter we require the subject line. It is essential. Single space your letter and leave a space between each paragraph. It should be followed strictly that after each paragraph you have to leave a line. Leave a blank line after the salutation and before the closing. This is also must that you need to leave a line after the salutation and before the closing of the letter. The format of a formal letter is as follows. See, this is the format. The sender's address. The address and the contact details of the senders are written here. Include email and phone number. if required or if mentioned in the question. Date. The date is written below the sender's address after leaving one space or line. Receiver's address. The address of the recipient of the mail, the officer, principal or editor is written here. Subject of the letter. The main purpose of the letter forms the subject. It must be written in one line. It must convey the matter for which the letter is written. Salutation. Sir, respected sir or madam. Now salutation, how you are going to write the salutation or greeting? See here, respected sir or madam. If you do not know the name of the person you are writing to, use these above mentioned line. It is always advisable to try to find out a name. If you don't know the name, then write down respected sir or madam. Second salutation, dear Mr. Jenkins. Now, if you know the name, use the title Mr., Mrs., Miss or Miss, Doctor, etc. according to the designation, and the surname only. If you are writing to a woman and do not know if she uses Mrs. or Miss, you can use MS, which is for married and single woman. So here you can write down these as a salutation or greeting. Next, body of the letter. The matter of the letter is written here. It is divided into 3 paragraphs as follows. In letter you have to write down 3 paragraphs. First paragraph will include introduction of yourself and the purpose of writing the letter in brief. Second paragraph includes give a detail of the matter about what you are writing a letter, and third paragraph will include conclusion by mentioning what you expect. For example, a solution to your problem, to highlight an issue in the newspaper, etc. Complementary closing. How to end the letter? Ending the letter is done by these 2 types. First one, yours faithfully. If you do not know the name of the person, end the letter this way. Second way, yours sincerely. If you know the name of the person, end the letter this way. Sender's name, signature and designation if any. Then what you have to do there? Your signature, sign your name, then print it underneath the signature. If you think the person you are writing to might not know whether you are male or female, put your title in brackets after your name. So these things you should follow while writing the letter. The format of the formal letter. This format you have to follow as we have seen previously. The sender's address will be there, then date, then receiver's address, subject, salutation, body of the letter divided into 3 paragraphs as I discussed before, complimentary closing, then sender's name, signature and designation. This is the format of writing a formal letter. See the sample letter so that you will get an idea about how to write a letter. Here is first example. See, write a letter to the mayor of your city seeking a solution to the problem of waterlogging in your area. You are Raj or Rani of Dharma Colony, Ramgarh. Now here you have given the name and the place from where you have to write down the letter. So these strictly you have to use in your letter writing because name is provided already in the question. See the letter. First we have written the address, then date. Follow this format for writing the date. Then to whom we are writing the letter, subject in just one line, complaint regarding the problem of waterlogging in Dharma Colony. Then sir, madam. See introduction of yourself in first paragraph and a brief output about what you want to give or what complaint you want to give. Second paragraph related with the explanation of which problem you are facing. The third paragraph ends with the conclusion what changes or solution you required. At the end, yours sincerely. Similarly, we will see one more letter to the editor. You are Radha Ji, member of NGO Awaz. Write a letter to the editor of a national Delhi for a public movement to clean the Yamuna river. You must introduce yourself, describe how the people are to be blamed for polluting the river and suggest the need for installing water treatment plant to clean the river. Now here this letter is different. You are writing a letter to the editor. How to write these kind of letters? It is similar as like previously we have seen a letter, but some changes need to be there. See the subject line. First we have written the address, the receiver's address and subject in one line. Need for people's movement for a clean Yamuna. Then, dear editor, we have introducing ourselves in the first paragraph, giving whatever the problem we are facing. In second paragraph, we have given the brief idea about whatever the complaint we want to make. And in the last paragraph, see the line how it used here. I request you to highlight the problem in your newspaper and arouse public interest. We will all need to get together in order to get the plant set up in the area. Thank you. Yours sincerely. So here the person requested for get involved into the movement. So for that purpose the girl wanted or the person wanted to include the editor and publish all these things in the newspaper. So the format will be different at the ending point. So these you need to see to whom you are writing a letter, and according to that you need to change your language or your words in the letter. I hope you understood how to write the letter. Thank you for watching this